Hi, Vanessa.
Hello. Hi, Sean.
Hey, hi, everyone. So, hey, what is happening now, Vanessa? You see the cryptocurrency all crash like crazy, man. What is happening?
I guess like every market is tanking right now, but currently for the crypto world, if nobody heard it, there's the hi Kamran. There's
Come
this
run, yeah.
Terra crash.
Terrible crash.
Oh well, I mean such is life, right? There's always up and down. Like in the equity world, there's also a lot of crashes, correct?
There's a lot of crashes, but I think it's a really hard attack, man. I heard that along with the crash, some people even really like they are in a panic right now. So seriously, right now. I mean, what are you doing now? Are you like selling away your furniture, selling away your car to buy more cryptocurrency or to pay? What are you doing right now?
Actually, right, I'm actually trying to sell away my car to go more into cryptocurrency right
Oh,
now.
serious.
Like
You think it's a good
legit.
opportunity?
It's a very, very good opportunity. I would say just because of one crash, it doesn't affect the whole lot of good cryptocurrency that's available right now. And now it's really discounted. If you compare the highs, right? Now it's like some of the coins that are really, really good are just like very close to their launch price, which I think that's like super good. It's a steal, man. Like you really shouldn't wait. Just grab really.
This is awesome, man. I mean, it's awesome if let's say you have not invested. I mean, I'm looking at some of the fans here. Hi everyone. So thanks for joining us.
Hi.
So you want to okay? So this particular topic we're talking about cryptocurrency, and some of the investors has already invested. So they are asking, oh wow, there's this Waji Khan who makes 40,000% shorting
On
on
doing
Luna.
short.
This person is a genius. He's
Whoa.
a genius. So I think there's a
Yeah.
lot of opportunity. Personally, I don't short the market. I don't really understand crypto totally, and that's the reason why today we are bringing to you Crypto 101. And would you like to
That's
introduce
right.
the guest lecturer for today?
Woo, Leslie.
Leslie from Crypto SG.
I know some
Crypto
will
Learn
of
SG, I think.
Crypto Learn SG.
yes,
Crypto Learn.
Hi, everyone. Yes, so yeah, I saw some of you, that saying that this 40,000 gain on short. Yeah, that's a very good, yeah, a very good move, right? So in fact, I heard that y'all were chatting about this crash and all that. So I think sometimes actually, yeah, I also tell my community that it's better, right? Sometimes the trend is clear. What do I mean by that? So if it's a clear bear market, right? Actually, we at least we know where the direction is heading. Then we can actually take action accordingly. Yeah. But when we don't know, right, whether it's a bear or bull, means that whether it's down or up, then it's actually harder, right? But when it's very clear, it's up or very clear, it's down. It's actually very good. Yeah. So there are actually ways to make profit on whether it's upside or downside. Yeah.
So now it's upside down or what? Okay, so I guess it's really listening to your crash course to learn how we can actually benefit from this particular situation. But today will be a foundational portion, correct? And that's where for those who are new to cryptocurrency, this is the time for you to take notes and really see whether there are opportunities. So I'll be taking notes and hand it over to you, Mr. Leslie.
Right. So okay, so thanks to Sean and Vanessa too, and thanks everyone for tuning in, to this Crypto 101. Yeah, but before I go on further, just to check, can everyone see the screen? If you can you please type 101, okay, 101 in the chat so I know that you can actually see my screen before I continue talking more. Then I realize that I cannot see, or rather you cannot see. Okay, so I think it will be a little bit lag. Okay, so yes, okay, I saw the 101 coming, very good. Right, okay, so perhaps I can begin by asking everyone to also type in the comment because I saw that some of you are actually making profit. Some of you like have 10 Bitcoin, I'm guessing there's a different level, skill level, and knowledge, in this crowd tonight, right? So can I just everyone can you type in the comment the level of understanding and knowledge you actually have on crypto? On a scale of 1 to 10. Okay, 1 to 10. So 1 being like a super new. You are just starting out, or you have not invested in crypto yet. and 10, okay, 10 if you are super expert lah, okay, 10 if you are super expert. So I can roughly gauge the overall knowledge of everyone present tonight. So I could possibly also adjust the presentation a little bit to suit everyone as much as possible. Okay, I saw a lot of 1, 0. Okay, although 0 is not a choice because I say 1 to 10, but I get your idea. Okay, I get your idea. So I think there are some people who are pretty advanced, 8. Okay, 4 and all that. All right. Okay. Cool. Okay. So never invested in crypto 1. Right. Okay. So just give me a second. Okay. Yeah. Cool. So next, I will just go through the agenda. Okay. For so very simple. It's actually divided into 3 parts. Right. So basic number 1 is an introduction to blockchain and cryptocurrency. Yeah. And secondly, we will be sharing some resources and tools to actually get you started in crypto if you are interested to get started, right? And number 3, we will share a very simple but effective crypto investing strategy with you tonight as well. Okay, so you can hopefully start profiting, right? Okay, so today's objective is very simple. It is probably like a 20 to 30 minutes crash course kind of sharing. So the objective is actually to get is for you to actually get some basic understanding of blockchain and cryptocurrency. Okay, and also yes, provide some tool strategy and all that for you to get started. Okay, if you like to. All right. So first up, just a quick disclaimer first. So just do note that whatever discussed tonight will be meant for general information and educational purpose only, because in any investment, it is imperative that you also do your own due diligence, do your own research as well. All right. Okay, and give me a second. It's Hank. Hold on, give me a second to sort this out. Oops. Okay, sorry, my presentation, my PowerPoint just hang. Okay, so with that out of the way, first up, we have to understand what is blockchain first, okay, before we even go into cryptocurrency. Okay, so firstly, okay, blockchain is very simple, right? Okay, actually we have, a lot of blocks. Okay, and then actually you start to chain them together. Okay, that's actually blockchain. Okay, I'm just kidding. Okay, so blockchain on a superficial level, okay, we understand it as the underlying technology that allows Bitcoin or other cryptocurrency to actually serve as a digital currency, a store of value, and also a medium of exchange. Okay, so to put it simply, right? Okay, blockchain, okay, to Bitcoin is just like the internet to email. Okay, what does that mean? Blockchain and internet is actually the underlying technology behind Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, and email, right? Without blockchain, Bitcoin cannot work, cryptocurrency cannot work, okay? Without internet, email cannot work, okay? So on the superficial level at this point in time, let's understand blockchain as the underlying technology that allow this crypto to work, all right? All right, so I think someone asked me to speak slower. I'll try to do that, okay? And after understanding the basic idea of what is blockchain, okay, so we look at the first two cryptocurrency in the world. Okay, number 1 is of course Bitcoin, okay, the biggest one, and the second the second crypto that actually came into this world is actually known as Ethereum. Okay, so the fundamental issues that Bitcoin and Ethereum are trying to solve is actually just one word, okay, trust. Okay, so number 1, Bitcoin is actually a native currency that aims to solve trust issue with fiat. Okay, what is fiat? Fiat are the paper currency that we know today, the US dollar, the Sing dollar, the Malaysia ringgit, the British pounds, and all that, right? So those are called fiat. Okay, so what's the problem, okay, with the fiat currency is that it's infinite and, the government can actually print, okay, as much as they want. So the problem is actually inflation, right? So as for Bitcoin, it aims to solve that problem, okay, to make it deflationary, because Bitcoin has actually a hard cap. It has a limited supply, right? So That is a fundamental, issue that Bitcoin is trying to solve, right? Okay, so but today, whether you believe that Bitcoin can solve that problem or not, that's not the point, huh? But why Bitcoin started, that was the primary objective that Bitcoin trying to solve, right? Okay, so follow me so far. So secondly, Ethereum, okay, it also aims to actually solve some trust issue, okay, using this function we call smart contract. So what is smart contract? Basically, smart contract is a computer program, okay, or a transaction protocol, if you like, which is intended to automatically execute some action according to the terms of a contract or an agreement, okay? So it actually aims to create a trustless environment, okay? So for example, today I want to do some business dealing with Sean, right? So I have to know him first, I have to trust him first, right? But if we have a smart contract in place, okay, in between the transaction we do, in fact, we do not need to trust each other at the in the first place, okay? So that's again how smart contract will work, okay, in a business transaction or something like that, right? Okay, so that is the first two cryptocurrency that came into this world. Of course, there are many other currencies, other crypto that actually come into this world and being invented or developed, if you like, after these two. And usually the fundamental issue is to solve some sort of trust, okay, or transparency, right? And how do they do that? Let me explain further, yeah? Okay, so, how do all these work? Essentially, they are using this technology, blockchain, right? So what exactly is blockchain? Besides knowing it as an underlying technology, okay, behind cryptocurrency, right? So we can understand, okay, blockchain is an immutable, okay, digital ledger, okay? So if we break these three words down separately, right, you can understand it very simply. Okay, so immutable actually means that it is very difficult or almost impossible to amend or change. Okay, follow me so far. Okay, digital ledger. So ledger means some sort of bookkeeping. Okay, bookkeeping. So if you can understand it this way as well, blockchain is a almost impossible or very difficult to change kind of bookkeeping in a digital format. Okay, follow me so far. And how do they achieve that? I'll show you in a bit. Right. So other function and other characteristic of blockchain is that it also verifies transaction without any central authority. Okay, example like a bank or our government bodies, for example. Okay, so it's a decentralized ledger tracking digital assets, okay, on a P2P network. Okay, P2P refers to peer-to-peer. Right. Okay. So what is peer-to-peer? What is decentralized? Okay. Firstly, we understand centralized is the word that we are quite familiar with. Today, for example, I want to send some money to Vanessa. Okay, maybe I send $100. What do I do? Okay, I will so-called do the transaction in my bank account. So what happens is that it will be broadcast to a central controller typically. Okay, like a bank, right? So the bank will verifies the transaction, make sure it's everything is in order, and then approves it, and then Vanessa will receive the so-called the money, right, that I want to transfer. So this is very typical, and sometimes if this portion, whatever, due to whatever reason, it could be network issue or whatever, it cannot go through, we essentially cannot do much about it. Okay, make sense? Okay, so decentralized, there's no there's a few rather there's no single authority that actually control the whole network. Okay, it is actually separate into different segment, if you like. Okay, so for distributed, right, there'll be no central controller. Okay, this is where the P2P comes about. So it's like, if I want to send some money, okay, to Vanessa, I can do it directly. Okay, if Vanessa wants to send something, send 1 Bitcoin to Sean, okay, she can do that as well, right? So straight away, all right. And the basically all the nodes. Okay, what does nodes means? Nodes refers to you can understand it as any computing device. Okay, any computing device. It can be your laptop. It can be your iPhone and all that, because we usually use all these computing device, okay, to do our banking transaction and all that, right? So you can understand nodes as any computing device, right? So all the nodes, okay, are independent in distributed this network, all right? Okay, so far, if you're understanding what I'm trying to say, or you have learned something, maybe just type one, okay, in the comment, okay, because I think everyone's just listening to me speaking so far, right? So just type one if you still hear me and you so far understand everything that I explained, okay? Okay, if you don't worry, okay, because next I'm going to show you how actually does blockchain solve trust issue. Okay, so of course we understand that it's decentralized and it's an immutable digital ledger. Correct. So it means that it's almost impossible to amend kind of bookkeeping in digital format. Okay, how does that work? Okay, so let me just show you right now a demonstration. So through this demonstration, right, I believe that you will understand it even better. Okay, and if you understand this demonstration, I would say you probably understand 50 to 60% of how blockchain works. Okay, so let me just switch my screen for a bit. All right, okay, so what you are seeing on the screen right now, okay, is what they call a blockchain, right? So imagine this. I want you to imagine this today. In any organization or a company, usually there will be someone, okay, doing some sort of bookkeeping. Okay, for example, an accountant, right? So the accountant, okay, would actually do record keeping, okay, something like that. Okay, so example, Sean is the accountant. Okay, so Sean start to record. Okay, Sean actually sent $10 to Vanessa. All right. Okay. Then what he can do is mine. Okay. So this mine you can imagine. Okay. I want you imagine this normal company. Mine is something like maybe a signature from the boss. So the boss approved that this is the correct transaction. Okay. But on the blockchain, it's actually some validators. Okay. They will actually do validating. Okay. Right. So it's done. Okay. So what you can imagine this block, right? Okay, is like a page on a book. Okay, so what happens when you finish up the page on the book? You go to the next page. Okay, does that make sense? So the block is similar, right? So once you finish with this block, you go to the next block. Okay, and how do they know that they are chained together? Okay, when I mentioned that it's all blocks and chained together, I'm not entirely joking as well. Okay, you can see that the previous hash, okay, should be similar to the last one. All right. So what is knowns and hash? Okay, you can understand knowns. Okay, number only appear once. Right. So it is something like an identification number. Okay, in Singapore I call it IC number. All right. So it's unique. Okay, no one else will have the same identification number as yours, right? And hash, you can understand, okay, is something like a digital fingerprint. Likewise, so the fingerprint is also unique. Okay, no one will have the same fingerprint as I have. All right. So this whole block, okay, is unique in this way. It's just like Leslie will be very unique. Okay, Vanessa will be very unique because to prove that she's Vanessa, she can do either show her IC. Okay, yeah, I'm actually Vanessa. Okay, or using the fingerprint. Right. So on the blockchain, is similar. Okay, every block will have these knowns and this hash. All right. So that's understanding how the block on a basic level. All right. So let's go back to how does this solve trust issue? Okay. Looking at this right now. Okay. Sean being the accountant, you can see that right now it's not decentralized. It's centralized. Okay, it's centralized. Okay, what does that mean? Okay, mean you say that Sean, okay, as the central controller, right? Okay, he can try to cheat or scam, for example, and change this to $100. And being the only one who control the whole ledger, the whole bookkeeping, is relatively easy for him to get away with this. Like maybe the CEO is very busy, the boss is very busy. He did not check carefully and then he just mine. Right? Can you see that? So that is one issue that can happen in a centralized world, right? So in order to solve this, okay, you can decentralize it. So the boss today maybe realize that, hey, Sean, his face not so honest, okay? So he decided to, have two other validators or controller, if you like, whatever you want to call them, to do this together. Okay, in this case, okay, you can call it a distributed ledger, okay, or decentralized. Can you say that here A, B, and C, right? So what happened is that, okay, they must have the same record, okay, producing the same nodes and hash. Okay, let me just mine, and then let me show you what do I mean by that. Can you see that? Okay, so the boss, okay, in the company will only approve, okay, when the majority, okay, have the same record. Okay, in this case, 2 out of 3. It's 2 out of 3. Okay, once I change this, for example, to $100 instead of $10, and I do a mining, right? You can see that my nodes and hash will change. Okay, let it just load for a while. Can you see that? Okay, 72911 and 12193. Okay, in this case, right here, A, for example, is Sean, me, and Vanessa, right? Okay, then the boss will say that, hey, Vanessa, how come yours is different? Okay, please go and update it. Okay, they'll approve this one because majority is holding A to B $10, which is Sean and me in this case. Okay, but again, in this case, with only 3 validators, is still pretty risky because maybe I'm also not so honest. Okay, my face also not so honest, same like Sean. Then so we decided that, hey, let's scam the company together of additional $90. Yeah, so we can have a good meal. Okay, so imagine this: Vanessa is actually the correct one. Okay, both of us are wrong. Okay, but whose transaction will go through? Okay, A and B, Sean's and mine. Okay, because we are the majority consensus, right? Okay, so this example how the distributed and decentralized world will work. Okay, but 3% is still not safe. So in blockchain, in Bitcoin, there are more than 3%. There are actually millions of validators, okay, or some people call them the miners. Okay, and you must be thinking also at this point, why would I want to update this, as a validators? Because they are actually incentivized. Okay, just imagine this: the boss actually pay us for every page that we complete doing the transaction. So I have incentive to actually do it properly. Make sense? Okay, so for Vanessa, I say, hey, or maybe it's just a genuine mistake. So she will have to quickly go and update. Okay, so in order to continue to participate in the blockchain mining process, the validation process where I get rewards, my ledger has to be updated to the latest one. So if I'm wrong, and then the ledger start moving to block 2, block 3, block 4, okay, then I need to quickly update and keep up with them. If not, I will not be able to participate to get my rewards. Okay, so yeah, so far if you understand, can you just put in the comment BC? BC stand for blockchain, right? So I hope this little demonstration helps you understand this blockchain a little bit better, and what does it mean by decentralized? What does it mean by distributed ledger? Okay, and why is it immutable? Because once everyone move on, okay, it is almost impossible to hack, because if you want to amend the data, you have to keep updating to actually amend. Okay, and if there's 1 million validators, you need to at least change or hack into 500,000 of them. Okay, plus yourself, then yes, you are the majority. Okay, make sense? So it is immutable in this case, right? Okay, so with that, let me just go back to my PowerPoint slides. Okay, well, let me find it. Okay, great. Okay, so I saw the BC in the comment, assume you know. Right, okay, with that understanding of blockchain, right? The next thing that you can understand that is decentralized finance. Okay, so as the word suggests, decentralized finance or DeFi for short. Okay, so what does that mean? Okay, in 1994, Bill Gates actually famously said that banking is necessary, but banks are not. Okay, what he meant was banking, like sending money for transaction, are necessary, but banks as a central authority in the middle, as a middleman, okay, of this transaction are actually not necessary. Okay, 20 years down the road, this actually became so true with a lot of digitalized solution, right? Such as PayPal, Alipay, GrabPay, and of course more recently cryptocurrency. Right. So in decentralized finance, essentially you can do banking without a bank. Okay. So what can you do in DeFi? Right. There are a few things. Typically, in just like in the traditional finance that we know today, we are able to do all these things. Right. Spend, earn. You can do investment with the bank, with the investment company. You can do lending, borrowing. Okay. You can have what you call prediction market. Basically, these are some gambling, horse racing, or football or any sports that you want to bet your money on, right? You can do staking on decentralized finance. So think of it something like a fixed deposit in traditional finance. All right. So things like asset management, insurance, and all that. Okay. So how is that different from traditional finance? Okay. So let me give you an example right here. Okay, lending and borrowing, for example. Okay, typically what happens is that when you want to take out a loan, you would go to a bank, okay, and they would actually do a check on you, right? To on your finances, on your background, even your job, your everything, okay, and then they decide that if they want to actually lend the money to you, right? That's the usual word that we understand, okay, but most of the time we have little control of the outcome. Okay, they can decide to reject us without giving us any reason, and we don't know why, right? And in decentralized finance, okay, because it's mostly peer-to-peer, okay, there's no central authority, right? There's actually no need for you to do all these, what I call checks, right? And as long as I already own some crypto asset that I can collateralize, I can essentially borrow. Okay, so that's just one of the many things that you can do in decentralized finance. Okay, so on the other hand, on the other side, okay, beside borrowing, right? Okay, it's lending. Okay, can we actually do lending? Okay, in traditional finance and collect some sort of interest? Okay, you cannot do that, right? Without a license. Okay, without a license. But in decentralized finance, you can actually do that. Okay, how do you do that? Because maybe I have some Bitcoin with me, Ethereum, but I'm planning to hold it for long term. I don't want to sell it. I don't want to sell it. Okay, so what I can do is actually lend it out to the market. Okay, why would I do that? Because I earn some interest. That's what banks do, right? Why do they provide loan for you? Because they charge you interest. Okay, because the cash is lying in their vault, right? Anyway, so why not lend out and earn in some interest? Okay, so in decentralized finance, essentially, you can sort of become your own bank. Okay, and how do you do that? All you need, right, is actually just it's a bit, okay, what we call a crypto wallet. Okay, so it's possible to become bankless. Okay, bankless, just like Bill Gates say, banking is essential, but not banks. Okay, so it can be performing different financial transaction with crypto. Okay, and go completely bankless. Okay, all you need is actually just a crypto wallet. Okay, and then you can actually do all these things. Okay, that I believe you already know what all this is. Correct? It's nothing new. Invest, spend, earn, trade, bet, and borrow, lending, and all of that. Okay, so what exactly is actually a crypto wallet? Right? So wallet. Okay, when we say the word wallet, usually we, in a mental image in our head will probably be something like that. Okay, so to be frank, a crypto wallet, the function is not a lot of difference from the traditional wallet, the physical wallet that we actually have. Okay, its purpose of our wallet usually is to store money. Okay, to store cash where we can actually use it easily. Okay, so a crypto wallet is not much different, okay, but the term that we use is a bit different, okay. It's typically, okay, used to store private or public key, okay. Bitcoin address, it also perform different function, such as receiving and sending Bitcoins. Okay, so what are private and public key? Okay, so basically there's two keys. Okay, one of them is a public key, the one is a private key, or sometimes we call it the secret key. Okay, you can understand it that the private key is something like your bank account. All right, so today if I want Vanessa to send me some money, what do I do? Okay, I give her my password where she will log into my bank account and then put her money in. No, okay, we don't do that, okay, because Vanessa may steal my money, right? So I don't know if she's still here, right? So, so you don't do that. You give your bank account number, right? Okay, so the secret key is like your password. Okay, you don't give that away. So whenever Vanessa wants to send me some Bitcoin or whatever cryptocurrency, I'll give her my public key. Make sense? Okay. So secret key is for you to access, or most of the time, for you to approve some sort of transaction, right? To confirm that this is actually it's you doing the transaction. So if you have the private key, you can approve the transaction, right? Of course, it's to understand, it's something like your bank account and your password. Okay, all you need to do is don't share your password. You don't do that, okay, on your traditional bank account. Okay, so you don't do that in crypto as well. All right, clear? Okay, so next up, of course, there are different types of wallets. Okay, but generally they are categorized into two different types. Okay, cold wallet and hot wallet. Okay, so what are the difference? Typically, hot wallet, right, are wallet that is most of the time internet is required, okay, to use it. Okay, it means that it is what I call a hot wallet because it is most of the time connected to the internet. So it's more vulnerable to attacks. Okay, so cold wallet, okay, you can actually disconnect, okay, from the internet when you're not using it anymore. Okay, so typically it is better, okay, in terms of safety. Okay, but in terms of ease of use and convenience, hot wallet will be better. Okay, so I hope this again, if you are clear on how wallets work, can you just type W? Okay, W, right? Okay, so see some questions. If no bank, how to finance property in the future? Okay, there are actually some property and developer accepting crypto already, right? So why not? Okay, so yeah, W. All right, so next up, okay, so how do you actually get started? Because I see there are actually many people who are very new, because I saw a lot of 0 and 1, 2 and all that in the chat earlier on. So there are some tools and resources for you to get started, right? So some of these website, okay, like CoinMarketCap, very reputable website, and I'll say probably one of the most widely used crypto website in the whole world, right? CoinMarketCap, they firstly you need to select a crypto exchange, right? Okay, to start opening your account and start to trade, okay, if you are ready, right? So all you do is go to CoinMarketCap. They rank the top cryptocurrency and exchanges typically by the trading volume, okay, and and market capitalization, right? So typically, of course, there are many other criteria when choosing what crypto and exchange to choose, but the most basic criteria is that at least they have good trading volume and market cap. Okay, why? Okay, minimally it means that they have some liquidity. Okay, means that you can buy and sell them easily. Okay, I hope that makes some sense. It's just like if I'm buying, like someone mentioned property. I mean, if I'm going to buy a very expensive property in a not so popular location, I may have problem selling it away. Okay, so somewhere along that line, right? So we want to ensure that is the basic that we can achieve minimally. Okay, yeah, and if you cannot find the crypto in CoinMarketCap, okay, as a beginner, we suggest you do not invest in it. Okay, if a friend or maybe someone you don't know, okay, worst case scenario, worst, right? If someone don't know, say that, hey, no, this coin is going to be the next Bitcoin, it's going to go 100x and all that. Okay, go into CoinMarketCap, look for that particular coin, if you cannot find it, don't invest. Okay, as a beginner, this is a very good guide. Okay, because coin market cap is pretty reputable, and they are most of the time able to sieve out a lot of this scam coin. Right? Okay. So yeah, this is do not go to the website now. I hope you don't go there right now, because there's many things I'm going to share. So just maybe write it down on your notes and something like that. Okay, next one is actually a trading view. Okay, .com is actually a free to use trading chart. Okay, for analysis. Okay, for analysis, right? Okay, yeah. Oh, another PowerPoint's a bit lag. Oh, nah, start moving suddenly. Oh, okay, yeah, it's coming out. Right, so if you want to look for crypto news, okay, we suggest actually these two websites, which are pretty reputable as well. CoinDesk.com, okay, CoinTelegraph.com, right? Okay, so and now it's, I don't know why my PowerPoint is so slowly. Sorry, give me a second. Let me try to. Is it moving already? Right. Okay. Yeah. Sorry about that. Okay. So so more reliable news site. Okay. So yep, you can follow OIO Facebook at CryptoLearn SG Facebook. So these two are also very reliable. Okay. So you can follow us. Okay, and get some news that you probably are related to crypto. All right. Okay. So next up, okay, it's investing strategy. Okay, so we're going to share with you investing strategy that but of course we must remember, number one, that no strategy in the world is actually foolproof. Okay, it's actually okay. Every investor has actually lost money, okay, in the trade before. Okay, even Warren Buffett or whoever, you think that is the best investor in the world, I'm pretty sure he or she has lost money in the trade before. Okay, but why is having a strategy important? Okay, because it can actually help us, I'll say, maximize some gains and minimize the risk of a loss. Okay, it also helps to take away what we call the emotional aspect. Okay, because when dealing with money, correct me if I'm wrong, especially our own money, okay, we tend to be a little bit illogical and emotional. Okay, we make irrational decision, okay, based on our sentiments and feelings sometimes, or sometimes what we call FOMO, right? Fear of missing out. Okay, people are making a lot of money, and then we just dive into it because we also want to make a lot of money. Okay, but more often than not, it is a bad decision. Okay, so today I'm going to show you a strategy, right? Okay, that actually has a success rate of 100%. Okay, so okay, I know what you are thinking right now. You may be thinking, hey, Leslie, didn't you just say no strategy is 100%? Okay, firstly, I must say that this strategy is 100% success rate, not because of me, not because I am very good and I develop a strategy, but it's actually based on real facts and data. Okay, how does that work? Let me explain, right? So what you can do is actually use this investment strategy, okay, called MVRV ratio. Okay, so it has 100%, okay, winning rate on Bitcoin. Okay, on Bitcoin alone, so far. Okay, so what does MVRV stand for? It actually stands for market value, okay, over realized value. Okay, so it's actually a type of on-chain analysis. Okay, so if you are familiar with the traditional equity investment, the stock and share, right? Okay, you can understand on-chain analysis is something like fundamental analysis. All right. Okay, so essentially we are using some data and information that is recorded on the blockchain, okay, to analyze if this particular crypto asset is worth buying at any given time. All right. So how many of you actually are actually curious? Okay, at this point in time, can you like type maybe MVRV? Okay, type MVRV in the comment. Okay, type in if you want to find out, okay, how actually MVRV can have a success rate of 100%. Okay, type in MVRV if you are interested to find out. Okay, while I drink some water. All right, I think I saw quite a bit of MVRV. Okay, I'm saying James, Danny, okay, Azif as well. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so let me review it. Okay, hold on. Again, it's a bit lag. Okay, great. Okay, so what we are looking at right now, okay, it's the MVRV ratio chart. Okay, so if you'll see a few lines, but follow me step by step first. Okay, let's focus on the bottom part. Okay, you saw that there's a yellow line, the dotted line, right? Ignore that first. Okay, focus on the bottom part, where you see a darker black line, going up and down the dotted line. Okay. So at the side, it actually shows you some numbers. Okay, the two important key levels are actually 1 and 3.7. All right, so how do you use this? It's very simple. Whenever the price starts to goes above the green line, which is 1.0, right? At this point, okay, you can start to buy. Okay, you can start to buy. Okay, and when it goes above 3.7, okay, it's time to sell. It's actually a good time, okay, to sell, right? So let me show you. Okay, however, to actually use this even more accurately, right? Okay, we need to combine what we see at the top, okay, which is the orange line that actually represent the Bitcoin price, right? And whenever it goes above the dotted line, okay, somewhere here, right? Somewhere here above the dotted line, okay, it's actually a good time to buy. Right, if it go below the dotted line, like this one right here, okay, this one right here, okay, it's time to sell. All right, right now, okay, what we need to do is to combine the top and the bottom, okay, to use it more effectively. Okay, to use it more effectively. Right, so yeah, this point, because it goes above 1, okay, you must look at the bottom first, and the yellow line goes above the dotted line. Start to buy. Okay, what happens when you see that it goes above the bottom one, goes above 3.7, do not sell yet. Okay, you have to wait for the yellow line to go below the dotted line. So it's time to sell. Right here. Right. Next, you see it goes above the green line. Don't buy yet. Make sure that the yellow line also goes above the dotted line at the top. Okay, time to buy. Okay, again, you sell here. All right. You buy here because the black line is above 1, and this portion, the red line, or rather the orange line, sorry, is above the dotted line. It's time to buy. Okay, and then you sell here, and then you buy here, and you sell here again. All right, so by doing this, okay, so far, okay, based on data and facts and history of performance, okay, it's a 100% win rate, 100% win rate, okay, using the simple MVRV ratio method. Right. So what will happen if you actually use this strategy? Okay, you start with a $1,000 investment back in 2010. Okay, you would have made 900% on this region. Okay, followed by 7,677%. Okay, 2,009% and 74,000%. Okay, which also means, okay, if you have invested $1,000 and then you enter the right time and exit when the chart tells you to exit, okay, you would actually have 1.4 billion. Okay, you will be actually a billionaire. Right. Okay, so what if I invested $1,000, second scenario, and at the same period, okay, the same period, but I do not sell during this period. I just hold it all the way until today, okay, which, Bitcoin price hovering around about 30,000. Okay, yesterday was almost 32, right? So if based on 32,000, okay, you would have actually 319 million today. Okay, I believe most people will be pretty happy, okay, with 300 million. But if you look at this, actually 1.1 billion in difference. Okay, so I think right now, I believe most of us have heard people saying that, hey, if you things like if you invest 1,000 in Ethereum, you will be this, you will have how many million of dollars you invest, So no, I'm not here to actually tell you this today, okay, because I think it's quite passe to say all this, already, okay, because a lot of you have already spoken and said that before, okay. So what I'm trying to show you is that why having a strategy is so important, okay, because it maximizes your profit if you know when to go in and when to exit, okay. And in this case, how much has it maximized? 1.1 billion, okay, 1.1 billion, okay. So again, it also minimizes the chances of a loss. Imagine if we do not have a strategy, right? What could happen is that we could be buying here, we could be buying here, it could be buying here because FOMO, fear of missing out. We use our emotion, right, to decide we should buy now because I saw my friends making a lot of money, you get me? Okay, so if you follow a strategy, then you know that, hey, right now it's not a good time. Okay, right now it's not a good time. Okay, I will wait. Okay, I hope that makes sense. All right, so if you have learned something, can you just type, okay, R, okay, R for ratio, okay, MVRV ratio, because I asked you to type MVRV earlier on already. Okay, just type R if you have learned and found that this strategy is actually really useful so far. All right, okay. Great. And with that, let me summarize how before I do that, okay, I just want to ask, right, how many of you actually learned something today? Okay, if you remember at the beginning, I asked you to rate your score, right? Like from 1 to 10. Okay, so may I ask everyone, to type in after my sharing of maybe 30-40 minutes. Okay, what's your new score right now? Okay, let me see if anyone, everyone's improved so far, because this time I saw a lot of 0, 1, 2. Yeah, so can everyone type in your new score? Your knowledge of crypto, have it increased by more? Okay, Sean Daniel was 8, and now he becomes a 10. Okay, so congratulations. Okay, so how do we get the, okay, there's some questions. Okay, while I wait for you to type in the score, let me just answer Joshua's question. How do you get the MVRV chart? Okay, go to ubu.chart. Okay, how to spell WOO, WOO, BULL. Okay, you Google it, you should find the MVRV. All right, okay. So so someone asked who can predict the MVR. It's not a prediction. It's not a prediction. It's based on data. Okay, that is recorded on a blockchain, and we use that data to our advantage. All right. Okay, so I think I saw a better score right now. Okay, 7.5. From 0 to 4. Okay, so I think that's a big improvement. Okay, so great. Right, so actually, how many of you, I don't know, how wants to learn more? Okay, maybe you can type more. Okay, type more. Okay, but let me just go through the learning outcome today. Of course, today we know that blockchain is the underlying technology of crypto, not just blocks that are chained together. Okay, so it also aims to achieve decentralization, transparency, and also solve trust issue. Right, so DeFi, we know what is decentralized finance, a financial system that is actually decentralized and not controlled by a single central authority. Right, and we know what is crypto wallets, at least the basic. It actually used to store your key, and I would say it opens your runway, okay, to the decentralized finance world. Okay, you can essentially do banking without a bank. Okay, so we learn about MVRV, very simple, 2 criteria to fulfill MVRV. If it's a 1.0 or lower, right, and price is above the dotted line, you can start to buy. Okay. Oh, now suddenly my PowerPoint is acting up again, not moving. Okay, give me a second. Why it's not moving? Sorry about that. Don't know what happens to my PowerPoint today.
Anyway, guys, if you guys have like more questions, you guys can actually type it out on the group chat and we'll be there to reply you. I do hope that you have learned a lot from this, because even though I know quite a bit, sitting down here listening to Leslie talk is really insightful. So if you guys want to know any more questions, you can just type down now and we can actually reply you on the spot.
Okay, thanks Vanessa for
Okay.
speaking while my PowerPoint comes back to life. Okay, so MVRV goes above 3.7 and you start to sell. Okay, so when to buy is important. Okay, we also learned that when to sell is equally, if not more important, right? And in the MVRV case, we see that it's actually 1.1 billion more if you know when to get in and actually when to sell, rather than holding it all the way. I mean, I believe most will be happy with 300 million, but you get my point. Okay, so that is the why we should actually have all these so-called strategy. Okay. Oh yeah, cannot move again. Wait, okay, let me. All right, so with that, right? Okay, actually, I saw a lot of you typing more, lah. Okay, so yes, we actually have a what I call a in-person physical live event. Okay, so so if you're not happy with what you heard today, you want to tell me off in person, you can actually come, okay, to this event. Okay, just kidding, lah. Okay, so it's actually on the 28th May. Okay, 28th May is a weekend. Okay, so. Yeah, but however, due to the space limitation, okay, we can only have 20 people with us. But before let me explain how you can actually join us, right? These are actually the key highlight, okay? So number one, more investing strategy will be shared to you, okay, on the day itself, right? So if you want to learn more, you can come, right? So I say it's also a networking session for like-minded crypto enthusiasts and friends to actually get together. And I think it's also been a very, very long time since we can do that in, I would say, a fairly large group, right? Because due to the pandemic and all that, so I think it will be pretty fun, okay, if you can get together and know one another and make more crypto friends, okay? So number three is that the reason why is it a physical event, of course, networking session and all that, is because we actually reviewing a secret recipe, okay, on how OIO, okay, the first listed blockchain company in Singapore, how they actually select their funds and crypto for investment for their clients, okay? Because as you know, today is a crash course, right? Okay, it's a quick 30 minutes kind of crash course. So probably you wanting to start, but if you go into coin market cap, you realize that there's more than 10,000 coins. So the thing is that, hey, how do we actually go and select all these crypto and coins, and you may get a bit lost with all that, okay? So because it's considered a trade secret, okay, but we'll be sharing with 20 lucky people, okay? So we cannot do this virtually, right? Because people can easily go and record it, right? So I hope this excites you, right? So last but not least, so the fans of Vanessa, please pay attention right now, okay? You also get to meet, okay, Vanessa Tiara Tay in person, because she will appear as a guest lecturer. So if you may have seen her act before, but maybe you didn't see her teach before, right? So if you want to learn crypto knowledge from Vanessa, please be sure to actually join us in this upcoming in-person crypto investing masterclass. Okay, and also this class typically, okay, it's actually going about 1499 when we actually conduct it physically, okay, live, which we used to do, and of course we are doing it again because we can do that again after the pandemic is over and all that. Okay, even the virtual version will actually be about $500. Okay, but however, this event is complimentary. There'll be no fee to actually join us. So right now, how to register? So the 20 lucky winner, 20 packs will be randomly picked. Okay, so again, no fee, is complimentary. So what you can do is either scan the code on the screen right now, or go to the link. So not to worry, I'll actually put the link in the comments right now. Give me a second so it's easier for everyone. Just click. All right. Let me confirm that I have. Right. Okay. So yes. Yeah. With that, I think I've come to the end of my Crypto 101 course. So if you want to learn more, do join us in this event. All right.
Oh, thank you, Leslie. Thanks, Vanessa, for also being here. So I hope that everybody has learned a lot. I mean, personally, I'm still actually like absorbing what Leslie has taught about the ratio, which I thought is very interesting. And most importantly, it's backed by data. So remember to do your own like back testing and also forward testing. And remember to always like position size. Now, for those who are really interested to learn more, Leslie is giving us a crazy, amazing gift. And Vanessa will be there in person as well. So if you are in Singapore, this is only in Singapore, okay? This is a very, very exclusive chance to meet them. So don't miss it. There will be a masterclass there, which usually it is actually in thousands of dollars. So do hope that you guys have learned a lot. Yep. So we will be hosting more of this more often, but do grab the private event because it's really very special. And continue to ask more questions. Leslie and Vanessa will be here to join you guys. Okay. So and I think Vanessa also has a Telegram group, right? If you all search
Yeah,
in
correct. So
Telegram, yep.
yeah, I actually have a Telegram, and that Telegram basically will update you guys on like what's happening in the crypto world and space, because like right now there's so many news to follow and keep track, and sometimes I know it can be a little bit daunting. So I do post on my Telegram group whereby I'll tell you like what news is really on the trend, which is better for you to read rather than reading a whole lot of news at one shot. Yeah, so I'll keep you guys updated on my Telegram, and especially if there's any more upcoming events. So if you guys are interested, you guys can follow my Telegram. Can somebody help me post on the chat?
Oh, I realize you're asking for the links. Maybe it's because it's on our pages, is it? Let me just go and check.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think let me just check when Leslie posts, does it? Okay, I'm posting the link right here into my own Facebook group chat. So it's there. I think Diana is asking for it. Now, yep, the event is in Singapore. So let me just check.
Where to join the Telegram? So basically, you can just type Kiara Investor Arena. So Leslie actually came out with this name for me.
Oh, now let me get the
Yeah, let me get the link as well.
let me get the Telegram link. Yeah, because I don't have it offhand.
How dare you? No, I'm just kidding. Okay.
Yeah, but I
You
just
should
want
memorize
to say
by
that,
heart. Okay.
the
Okay, I
upcoming
posted
live
inside the
event is
chat as well.
Oh, you posted it? Oh, thank
Oh, you
you
got
so
it?
much.
Okay. Oh, great.
Is it good
Yeah,
to
I just
enter
wanted to
the
say that the
BTC
live
world? Okay,
event
one. There's still a lot of questions. So I guess, right, is it a good time? Okay, I'm not an expert in crypto, but I guess typically based on investing principles, whenever there is blood on the street, is the best time to go out. Okay, when there's a lot of hype, when everybody is like excited, that's the time you gotta be even more careful. Meaning to say, the risk is a lot higher because the the spike in price already like price in the idea that people are really hyped out already. So this one will be a lot much better time to enter now than few months ago, I guess. Yeah, that's my thing. What about the both of you?
Actually, I agree with you, Sean, because right now it's really a huge discount, especially for like Bitcoin or Ethereum. So, like for most investors who are not too sure about the altcoins or coins that are not even listed, they can try to look into a safer coin, which is like Bitcoin and Ethereum. So, I usually like to tell my friends that Bitcoin is the new gold, whereas Ethereum is the new silver. So eventually, like, on the streets, a lot of people are saying that silver will eventually catch up with the price of gold. So that is why this two will always remain no matter what. Yeah, so it's really a huge discount right now.
Yep.
Yep.
So, what someone asking what's our relationship? Okay, that's quite. I mean, basically we are all friends and learning. So basically, I'm the most crypto noob down here, and I'm I'm learning from the two experts up there. Okay. Okay. So I guess I do hope that you guys have benefited a lot. Continue to ask questions, and these questions, right? If you are not able to answer, also do your own due diligence. Go to Google, just search for it. You get a lot of opinions. And one important thing is, as an investor, don't just look for opinions, but look at facts. Are the opinions backed by facts, backed by like past data, backed by really in-depth study, like how Leslie is actually showing you guys, like the study he has done, and that's why he can confidently say that in the past, based on his ratio or based on that particular ratio, if you have used it based on backed by data, you have been 100% winning rates. So, I mean, you cannot just say things like this, like how many percent without testing it. So his is actually backed by data. So remember to do it yourself and grow as an investor. And if you want to learn more to become a better investor, that's where Leslie is here to actually guide you through in person, and Vanessa has a Telegram group. Okay, so yeah, the Safe Investor is actually thanking you. Very good course, very knowledgeable. Okay, so thanks a lot, guys. I do hope that you have a good evening, and we will see you guys around very soon.
Okay. See you everyone. To the
See you
moon.
guys.
See you guys.
Bye bye.
Bye.